Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Wargroove, the Friday episode of Wargroove. It is still Friday until I say it's not. The thing is, Friday's like a point of view, right? It's a state of mind. A 72-hour long state of mind. So we're just going to go ahead and continue with story mode now. I think we kind of get the idea of what's going on in arcade mode, and I'm not 100% certain that there won't be spoilers. We kind of already, quote-unquote, spoiled the C units. I mean, we knew there were C units, because we've looked at the codex. But I think maybe we want to finish the main story before we dig into that any deeper, just to avoid seeing any other stuff that we haven't yet seen. So, now allies, Emmerich and Koji band together to take on a shadowy foe they thought they had eluded.
Hey!
Mr. Emmerich, I mean, Lord Emmerich, can I speak to you for just a moment?
Your Highness!
They really should put the speech bubble so that it's coming out of the person speaking. Of course, Your Highness. I just wanted to say...
I've messed up.
I'm really sorry for fighting you. I messed up. Please, don't trouble yourself about it, young prince. Nobody who we cared about was harmed. It was good to spar with a member of the Heavensong Imperial family once more. And if I may say, you're an impressive fighter. Haha, thank you. Now, we really should catch up with... You thought you could just slip away.
Sage never loses.
But no one escapes from Sedge.
What?
You're Sedge? You shouldn't be here. You're not allowed in Heavensong. Oh, yeah, that's what you're telling me? Hey, you're not allowed to be here. Why are you pursuing us, Sedge? Greenfinger has... Greenfinger? Ha! A rotten stump of a Florin. Greenfinger can't stop Sedge anymore. Sedge is off the leash. Emmerich, he has giants with him. What do? We get to use our own giants, right? We're going to use a lot of our own giants this time? Koji, I need you to hold off Sedge. There are dragons in these mountains who could aid us. I'm going to seek them out. But Yes, sir. Truly, you are your mother's son. She also hates to walk places or ever exert herself physically in any way. Okay. Koji, I'm counting on you to hold off Sedge and his troops. No problem, Lord Emmerich. I won't let you down. In the meantime, I'll make my way south toward the dragons. With their assistance, we should easily be able to take on Sedge's giants. Okay, and it'll help to, play through the story missions where you get the ships. We'll have a better idea, sort of the balance of them and their ideal applications and stuff. Okay, so... I'm just Emmerich? Is that what I'm getting here? I'm not controlling... Okay, well... Okay, no, I do totally have control of these. It should probably mark me as Heavensong in the corner rather than Emmerich, given that almost all of my units are going to be Heavensong units. Well, we have a trebuchet that we need to knock out. I mean, it's pretty obvious that we want to go for that pretty quickly. And then we have no tower. Right, this is just the stronghold? Yeah. So we see incoming a lot of units that don't like to get hit by knights. And they let me start with just enough money to hire a knight. Oh, okay, we can hire our own giants now, too. But yeah, Tigerlands. This seems like a fine place to go. Alright, so they're going to capture a bunch of stuff. Not a lot I can do about that. We're just going to have to be very careful about how we approach the trebuchet here. Yeah, because it is always going to stop exactly the number of spaces away it needs to stop to be safe, but it can't actually outrange the knights. So wait, I'm allowed to... Okay. Here is fine, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. The space that was drawn on the ground here is a movement-only space, not an attack space. Okay. And then only 500 more money. We do need to get something out that is fast and that has the ability to capture. Also, I love the fact that they're thunder bears and they have little bear masks on. Okay, so the trebuchet is actually just gonna try to keep our lord from crossing either of the bridges, it looks like. Well, this will be the last turn he gets to do that. You can actually get across, too, here. Yeah, alright, so we've secured this side. Of course, it is now the case that these units are terrible, because they're bringing in specifically stuff that is good against knights, which they get to do infinitely and for free. We're going to have to establish some pretty serious control here pretty quickly. To be perfectly honest, I kind of want to just save up. Obviously, we don't have to save up everything, but yeah, I think we're going to save up and buy a trebuchet of our own on this coming turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 600 income right now. So we're going to end up with 1,300, provided that I'm capable of doing math. So we don't want to spend more than 400 right now. We could just get ourselves a wagon. The thing is, we don't actually need a wagon this turn. And they're bringing in archers and stuff. Maybe I do want to just get another Thunder Bear? Because you're not great against spears anyway. I'm going to get myself a dog. Fast moving leaves a little bit of financial room for error in case something like that occurs. The Giants chasing Emmerich should not be a problem. We certainly will not have Emmerich stop and, like, short move for a capture. We'll take captures, but only if they're available at full move distance, because nothing is more important than getting the dragons online. Alright, so we get to fire off a crit here. Neither one of us can attack the Alchemist. Boy, that trebuchet's movement was just absolutely perfect. He was allowed to have the best possible spot. Alright, well, we can move safely this way. Just ignore him, I guess. He's going to keep being a coward. So if we take the critical hit on the knight over there, which we absolutely want to do, we're going to get killed by a combination of trebuchet and flyer attack. If I attack the knight in any way at all, I get attacked by the flyer, and if I do it from the space where I can't get hit by the trebuchet, I get critted, so you definitely have to get up here. And the knights sort of just don't... I mean, we gotta do something. I guess I'm just trading one of my knights for one of theirs. The Alchemist does... What does the Alchemist do tonight? 35. Trebuchet is going to do 85. So right now they can only hit the one unit, and they will hit it hard enough to kill it. If I put another unit in attack range, they absolutely will get to attack that one too. Right now they'll have a wasted attacker. So I guess I don't do that then. I guess we just like hang out over here. Yep, we definitely need a trebuchet of our own. Okay, so they're just going to do the really obvious thing here. Wow. So a trebuchet of our own just like set up over here will make these bridges completely impassable. Okay, that doesn't matter at all. Yeah, they're going to continue pursuing Emmerich into the mountains, which is not a big deal. Yeah, as much as it sucks to have lost a knight there, I think that was the right thing to do. If I capture the tower, the dragons will heed our command. There's no time to lose. But literally just no value to some of the dialogue. It really bothers me. Probably, it comes across as me ragging on the game too much, and I do apologize if that is the case. But one of my pet peeves in writing in general... and I wouldn't even necessarily say in games writing in particular, although this is a thing that happens a lot in games writing. It's just dialogue that serves literally no like, it doesn't need to be there. Nothing is gained by its presence. You know, brevity, conciseness. These are things that it would be nice to have. So we have to get this trebuchet established soon, because this flood of enemies is not beatable, right? Like, they're getting way too much stuff for free every turn. We just have to, the dragons have to come in, and then we have to pick off the things that can fight the dragons. So maybe the smart thing to do here is just to back off. Trebuchet currently isn't much of a threat to us. In fact, not a lot of their stuff is a threat to us right this second in this position. Yes, let's move the knight down to here. Well, hold on. He's not actually going to be able to attack from there, right? Because of the trees. He should come all the way down to here. That's a good avenue of attack. Their trebuchet will have to roll upward to survive. And actually, we'll just have our alchemist, well, I'm going to say we can have our alchemist push it from the north. Because we could just let it stand still and shoot me, right? That would be a pretty easy way to ensure that we get to kill it. It would do 60% damage. We can stop in a place that doesn't make us vulnerable to the flyer. You can just knock that guy out. This guy is wounded enough that he doesn't really do any damage anyway. Okay, so this will push the trebuchet out. Got that under control. That'll give ours time to set up. And I really wish we had 100 more money, because I think the right thing to do here is just to buy another one. But we'll just take a slightly more mobile ranged attacker. We got to establish control here at the bottleneck. Okay, so that knight hurls his life away, which is great for us. Trebuchet chose to attack a building that there's no value in attacking instead of any of my military units, which is fantastic. Without a doubt, the best possible outcome. Yeah, they are really just... Yeah, wow, that was, sorry. That was 1,000 gold worth of archers, plus a 1,200 gold giant, plus 200 gold worth of soldiers, plus a commander that just came in there. Alright, well, I think I'm going to go ahead and... do I want to sacrifice this alchemist just to knock this thing out? Because this thing is going to be a legitimate threat to the dragons. Yeah, I'm just going to drop him. Thunder Bears, go! Give him that Thunder Bear stare. Alright, you're going to come up here and help us recapture this. Okay, this thing is wounded enough not to be a threat to anybody anymore. Where do I want to set up? I guess it looks more like it looks like they're headed toward our commander, which is not a big surprise. So I guess let's set up in that direction. Alright, we'll recap that thing next turn. We do not get the tower this turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I guess we can stop and capture this, because it's not going to change the number of turns at this point for him to reach the tower, and nobody's going to catch up with him. You don't really get to do anything. Just don't get trebucheted, I guess. This is the main contribution I want from you at this moment. And over here, we're probably going to need a new alchemist, because we are still going to need to be able to take down flyers. Okay. Well, let's hope 3 dragons is enough, because this is a very serious enemy force that we're facing. Yeah, we're going to lose the alchemist for sure. I do think it was worth it. I think the trade for the alchemist for the flyer was a trade up for us. Jesus Christ. Sedge will make you suffer. Yeah, I remember what the premise of the mission is, Sedge. So, like, when there's extra dialogue, like that line of dialogue we had there, it's not disruptive to the mission, necessarily, because if you were playing this by yourself, you probably wouldn't even read that, right? You'd just click through, because you're like, come on, I'm trying to play a video game here. But if you know that your players are just clicking through and that the line of dialogue serves no purpose, why put it in there? Mighty dragons, we seek your aid in our time of need. Will you help us?
Thank you.
Those are pretty cute for mighty dragons. Okay, so like that scene at least has like a storyline purpose. We know we've got to come here and talk to the dragons. Alright. Now they've joined us, we can introduce them to our foe. Yeah, let's start doing that, shall we? I'm not 100% sure that I will die or that I will lose if Emmerich dies. It may or may not be the case, but like let's just make sure he doesn't, shall we? So I think we only really need to devote one dragon to this. How do they crit? Right, whenever the target's on a road. So I think we only need to devote one dragon to here, because the other giant isn't in range to hit Emmerich right now anyway, right? Wow, dragons are incredible! That gloom giant didn't stand a chance! Let's make sure we use them wisely. Yeah, okay. It's like we know, right, as the player, we know about the dragons, because we did a mandatory story mission that was all about how dragons are great. Yeah, we can stop and crunch one of these guys. We don't lose a ton of movement by doing this. But maybe I don't need to. Yeah, that's not even worth my time. Let's get these dragons over to where they'll really do some good. One dragon is enough to take out this guy, and Emmerich can handle the swords by himself. Okay, so I just want to get to, like, right here. Although I do have to be cautious, right? We don't want to necessarily just feed this dude to the flyer, because we got to make sure we're in a place where the alchemist can attack a flyer that comes in for the purpose of killing me. So maybe right here is a better spot? Where I am right now, I can't be shot by this archer. There's definitely some advantage to that. Okay, they mostly can't retaliate if I have the knight come over here and finish this guy off. The flyer will get a shot in, and that shot will do 80% damage. That's not that great. You cap this. You are going to... I don't even know what. At this moment, melee units are maybe uniquely bad. Or like, at the worst they will ever be during this mission. So do I want to just run up and finish the job? Even at 12%, this thing still has the ability to do, well, if we assume it's going to scale down pretty linearly, we're looking at like maybe 10 damage against the things that it's capable of dealing the most damage to. Maybe the right play is just to back off. If I attack from here, the flyer will probably be able to kill our knight outright due to the -2 defense, but we will get to fire back with the archer. No, it's not worth it. That's not beneficial enough. I'm going to back up to right here. Trebuchet could just attack. If it does, it won't really do that much damage, so it's fine. I am going to hire a second one. And I guess we're just going to leave this guy right where he is. I mean, he has pretty good positional cover. Honestly, I'd love to move to here. I just don't... Well, I mean, right here, he's not actually vulnerable to anybody yet. Yeah, okay, let's try it. This is too many enemies. Okay, I don't care about that. Yeah, their trebuchet does no meaningful damage. I'm glad that holding right click allows you to speed up the enemy turns, because this would take forever. Okay. So you get this nice easy kill. Emmerich doesn't really have anything to do except to recapture this building. And now we own this side of the map. Maybe a little careful about the dragons getting shot. How much damage does an archer do to a dragon? Air 15. Okay, yeah. I thought I remembered it being pretty low. Can't quite put the alchemist to work just yet. We can let this thing know that it is not welcome on this side of the river. I'm not really in a lot of danger here. Kind of think I'm just gonna row the Shiba Inu out here. Weaken up this archer. And plus, this will distract a couple of enemies, keep them in kind of weird positions. Alright, so the hero could run into the water and smash somebody up. What are we attacking with our trebuchet? And the alchemists are definitely the most dangerous things. We don't know, I guess, what their financial situation looks like. They're not paying for their troops. That's, like, certain. So any gold they're acquiring from these buildings is just going to go into alchemist heals, which means killing alchemists where we can is probably a pretty good idea. Yeah, let's see if we can get lucky and roll maximum variance on this. Oh, very close. Very close is not lethal. So you guys are not super good against horses, but there are two of you. We assume the alchemist, or we assume their flyer is going to attack our knight. I think that's a pretty reasonable assumption. I would really love it if we could get rid of this trebuchet. And of course, our hero can't quite move adjacent to it. Like, this is pretty safe. Alright, we're in position to do some good dragoning soon. We do have the ability to purchase stuff. Like, we could get a balloon to fly Emmerich over there, I suppose. I don't know that that's a right now sort of problem. I think I might just grab another Thunder Bear, honestly. I'm gonna make sure we get these flyers under control. There's just enough of them for me to be, like, really worried. Let's see, they're also going to be able to get one spearman on me. And they'll be able to get another spearman in range for a crit, so no, I just can't do that. If I step into a space that has a negative defense modifier, I'll take a shot from that archer. And every other unit they have will swarm to get at me. Alright, I'm going to do this. Partially to defend the trebuchet. Yeah, we're going to eat a lot of damage here. We are 100% for certain going to have to back up and heal next turn. But as long as I don't die... Yeah, I don't think I should die. And we can just kind of rebuild. And now that I've hung the commander out as a distraction, I am going to go ahead and run across the river and do this. And let's see what the consequences are. So they're in a bit of a target-rich environment at this point. Yeah, that hurts. They have the very weak spear. We did not kill him on counterattack, which is actually totally optimal. Because if he had died, another unit would have been able to move in to attack us. So see, they swarmed the commander so hard that they blocked a lot of their better units from being able to participate. Yep, spear's pretty good against Shiba Inu. Alright, got my Wargroove. I don't remember what it does. Jesus, that's a lot of enemies.
Interesting.
Okay. Yeah, alright, I'm gonna just look at the codex no matter what you guys say, so why don't you just let me skip ahead to looking at the codex. Alright, Koji spawns 2 flying bombs. Upon death, they deal 50% of Koji's maximum damage to nearby enemies. Upon death. So is this a timer? Care must be taken to ensure that they are not destroyed by ranged units before they reach their target. Okay. So I will target them and they will run. Okay. Alright, I see. So, first things first. This trebuchet doesn't quite have range on anybody. They just have way too many units. This is a very silly number of units. You have a crit. I mean, we should just dispose of that guy, right? Archer's in a pretty good spot here where like it's awkward for enemies to move in on him. The space right in front of him has bonus movement cost. I'm invested in allowing that to continue. We can't really move the dragons forward because, of course, they have an anti-flyer unit over here. You can roast this guy as you are leaving. Yeah, man, 500 gold for a taxi feels really bad. How much is it to get another dragon? 1250. Well, probably what we're doing with the alchemist is a heal. Now it's only 2 points of movement, huh? Yeah, let's go ahead and throw a heal out. I want this trebuchet at full health when it attacks. It doesn't actually have the option of hitting very many units that matter. It's just all spears up here. But I guess getting rid of spearmen does have value. So let's just weaken some things. I'm tempted to just, like... We could fall back and heal, I guess. That's probably the better play. But I'm tempted to just hurl myself at their siege weapons. You're just going to do that. We know that. Alright, so let's try the sparrow bombs. Here and here.
I'm tougher than you think. Huh? Yeah.
And then, how do these work? They just go there and detonate? I mean, that's... Inflicts damage over a small radius upon detonation, but explodes if attacked. So we really do want them to go now. Anything that can hit them hits them for 805%. Alright, well, let's see what that looks like. Oh? That was a little... not very good. Really, that's all they do? Alright, well... You know, I'm thinking that it probably is worth it to just trade this dragon off for a trebuchet. These things are potentially going to deal just a huge, terrifying amount of damage to us if we don't deal with them. Come on, high roll. Nope. That might have been the lowest possible roll. It was close. It was 1% off of the lowest possible roll. Alright, well, let's have our dragon go here. This dragon is definitely on giant patrol. We are unfortunately more limited than I would like in our ability to progress forward with the trebuchets. Here's something I'm not 100% clear on. Is there friendly fire on these? No, there is not. Okay. Yeah, those are, they don't deal any damage diagonally. They only hit... Yeah, those are just not very good. Alright, well, what are you going to do? We're going to take a huge amount of damage here. Okay, the good news is the dragon is going to draw some attention. Okay, good. Him not getting one shot means that another flyer is going to have to come in there and attack him as well. Okay, or archers, that works. Yep, they're gonna hyper-focus on that trebuchet. Okay, we drew some good attention there. Shiba Inu did what it needed to do, stopped that archer from being a concern. Okay, we're not going to be able to contribute anything with this dragon. You can't actually hit for an amount of damage that matters on anything, so that's great. Okay. Well, this seems like a no-brainer. We have a couple of pretty easy flyer kills here, but these are also like complete trade-offs of our guys. Any alchemist we send forward to fight dies for certain immediately. And that's just going to be true of any unit, right? Like they're outnumbering us by such a huge degree that there's no way anything that attacks any one of them is going to survive. Yeah, man, what are we even gonna do here? I guess we just hire like spears or something. The problem with spears is that we can't hire them fast enough for it to matter. If we have reasonable income, maybe we hire archers instead and just like sort of slowly dance backward. Well, they have to lose their flyers, right? That's just gotta happen. But if we lose all of our alchemists, we won't be able to deal with the witch. And right now, the witch is making it so that we can't apply any of our flyers anyway. Alright, come down here and wait, I guess. Emmerich is just 100% useless, because we no longer have the money to buy units over there. We know that we need to hold over here. So if we don't step up and defend the trebuchet dies. But if we do step up and defend the trebuchet, everybody who tries to defend it probably dies. We may just have to let it go. Yeah, like, as long as they keep their witch in the center of their formation, she's unkillable and she makes our dragons unusable. And we just have to pepper them with ranged fire. Okay, so everybody falls back, I guess. How far back do we have to go? 5 move is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that is the farthest forward that any enemy is going to make it. See you later, trebuchet. I mean, it sucks, but there's no forward play here. Okay, so a lot comes down to where they position their witch. Okay, see, that's pretty good for us. That is probably a pretty safe attack position for the alchemist. Yep, that's very, very good for us, in fact. So you're gonna attack right here. All of a sudden, the dragons are way more useful. You definitely have to run forward and knock out this guy. There are two ways about that. They're keeping a ton of archers around their remaining giants so that we can't attack them safely. You're going to want to fall back to here and just do a reinforce. This is a pretty safe position for us to launch another Yeah, all they have up here is the 2 flyers now. They do about 40% to a dragon. So I'm not expecting to lose this dragon. We can probably keep both the dragons up in fighting range safely this turn. So let's definitely just try to, like, crush some stuff now while we have the opportunity to do so. We're going to watch out for Sedge's Wargroove, because I think... It seems like Wargrooves usually allow commanders to attack stuff they couldn't normally attack, which means we need to be wary of our flyers getting grabbed by Sedge's Wargroove. Soften you up a little bit. That's suicidal, because that gets us caught by the giant. Probably just want to have this guy go, yeah, like somewhere and heal. Okay, and then with 228 remaining, maybe it is in fact a spear. A Heron Guard. This faction does have cool looking units. There's a lot of really, really good sprite work in this game. And Emmerich, you get to... I don't know, man. We can have him go, like, fight these buildings, I guess. But in theory, the best thing for him to do is just to be waiting near where an air taxi could get hired, potentially. Yeah, them advancing their witch like that really helped us a lot. Things were looking kind of dire, in my opinion, before they did that. Okay, that's great. Just throwing their flyers turn away. This is less great. It's not going to be a kill, but we're definitely going to have to heal this archer now. And actually, they could still totally kill that archer, depending on what they want to do with this flyer. Okay. That is fine by me. It definitely takes them a lot longer to kill a dragon now. So you are certainly just going to do this. Let us enjoy the burning animation there. What do I want to do with you? How do we want to do this? I don't really want to just fall back and heal. I guess I have to. Alright, reinforce. I guess this is like a lot of money that we're spending. Trying to figure out how I want to run this. I think I don't want the alchemist to fall back that far. Looks like it's pretty safe to do this, which is a guaranteed kill. Alright, that attack animation's okay. You get that, and they are looking a little depleted. You probably have to fall like all the way back to here and just reinforce for as much as we can. Boy, that's very expensive. And then we need to try to take up good defensive positions over here. I'm not really sure what that means. Yeah, it sort of looks like we can't really move the archer forward at all. This guy has way too much movement. So the archer's fine where he is. I think I'm going to back you up to here. That'll make you a little bit safer. You're just going to stand right there, and we're going to... Oh, I only have... Right, I healed the dragon. Yeah, that's fine. Definitely don't want to move you very far forward. The knight probably... Okay, the knight's pretty safe where he is. Yeah, okay, I think that's what we're doing. Emmerich, I guess, should not wait on one of the 4 cardinal directions here. He can't get over the... Yeah, there's no sense in having him run up, because he can't get over the bridge anyway. He has to wait. Actually, he can cross here. He can't cross... Yeah, he can't cross those spaces, though. There's nowhere that he can actually make it across the river by himself. Well, okay then. I guess we're done. Still gotta have a plan for dealing with all these flyers. Okay, this is not a threat. This is a dead archer. But the trade-off is that that giant is also dead. It's definitely a trade-up for us. The two dragons can jump him together and get that job done. Okay, we're still going to have to actually defeat Sedge. Like, the thing's not over yet, certainly. But we're in pretty good shape. So in order for the archer to get a shot on the flyer, I'd have to move up to here, which means that the archer would be attackable in just a huge number of ways. I think we're going to do this. This is pretty bad for his bodily integrity due to the presence of that spear. But he's going to block for this dude. Just recapture this real fast. This is a safe-ish move to there. Okay, I think we've stabilized a little bit over here. Still can't quite hire a balloon. Well, that being the case, maybe I don't want to hire anything. I guess let's grab a second spear. That's not too expensive. It's probably not going to hurt us too much. And that at least gives us the option of trying to put together a spear crit. I don't think Emmerich's got a big role to play here, though. This is a little unfortunate. This is going to be a lot of damage. Worth it to trade off the flyer, but it still hurts. Okay, so I'm not 100% sure what's going on here with them just like deciding they don't want to support their units as they cross. Seems like a terrible waste of manpower to me. Like, if you're gonna go, you have to go. Everybody has to go.
This should be advantageous.
Yes, I know. We know what a balloon is. There's room to transport 2 ground units of any size. Alright. We probably want to start uncapturing this, right? Because I don't think it's going to take... Yeah, it's not going to take any effort at all to kill this guy. Am I in archer range? Yes. Okay, well, let's do that from this side like an intelligent person. Put some damage on this thing. And this is pretty much over. At this point, all that could really go wrong is me stupidly allowing Sedge to get the drop on our heroes in some way. It's not actually impossible that we could get caught out here. Just have to be a little bit intelligent. And yes, I hear what you're saying. SB, how are you going to be a little bit intelligent? Haha. I don't know is the answer to that question. I don't know. It is definitely out of character, but we will figure it out. Yeah, I guess we can move you forward. Okay, so do I want to spend anything? I think I'm holding off here. I guess, actually, Shiba Inu is pretty good against those archers. Cheap and good against archers. Very strange decision-making over here. Well, I'll tell you what. We're not going to get a very good rating on this mission. Well, we know we're doing this. Yep, I'm definitely doing that. I will offer myself up to an archer crit in exchange for taking an archer from full to dead in a single attack. Oh, you know what? That archer's standing in the road. How unfortunate for him. I mean, the crit modifier on these guys is crazy high. Well, I don't know that there's much sense in going after that. Okay, well, I guess let's just have at them, right? Sure. Go ahead and reinforce. Okay. Do believe this is just about over, because I think Sedge is going to get, Sedge is going to have a pretty bad time with these dragons. Did he really walk out onto the road? Okay, well, I mean, I can't mock him too loudly. I did that same thing the first time I fought dragons. Seems like maybe not the greatest play in the universe, though. I can definitely see how dragon fire might be useful against a guy who's made entirely of cellulose. You did it! Indeed, Your Highness. I don't think Sedge will be bothering us again. That seems premature. This is not the end. See what I say? Sedge stalked you through forest, field, and foothills. Through mist, marsh, and mountains. Wherever you go, Sedge will follow. Nothing has changed. Sedge remains your shadow. Shadows fade, Sedge. Do they? Shadows fade, though? Like, I get what you're saying. You don't always have a shadow, but okay, whatever. That apparently was 3 stars. Alright, I'll take it. It wasn't the best 3-star score, but it was 3 stars. I don't think I want to start another whole new level here at 45 minutes, but you know what? We could drop back to the menu and try another puzzle level or two. Let's go puzzles. These are pretty fun. Balance and wisdom. Did we try this? Let me guess. This is going to have some alchemists? Yep, okay. So, the only use of this trebuchet is going to be clearing the path. We're going to need to lay down an Elder Crystal and then get some alchemist crits off of it. So we probably want to... Let's see, we can clear this guy maybe with the archer. We can clear this guy with the trebuchet. Oh, actually, we don't need to take this guy down, because clearing this guy will probably let the knight through, right? Let's start there. I think that's a pretty easy starting location, because that opens up the path for a lot of people to get in on the enemy commander. Although, because of the fact that we have to move through trees, we don't get a full strength crit here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I was able to get through here, I would be able to get a full archer, or a full... what do you call it? A full cavalry crit. So, like, we want to put down an Elder Shield here or somewhere hereabouts.
Defend us!
Because what is an alchemist crit against a commander is 27 to 41. That's a pretty good chunk of his health. It's not nearly enough. But we don't have enough damage to open up... Yeah, there's no way for any other unit to attack here. Okay, so this is not actually a good line. It's kind of a clumsy way to have to retry. Okay. So maybe that's not the play. Maybe that's not the sequence. If this guy is still in place, only one of the alchemists can attack their commander. But what I really want to do is get the knight through, right? A knight crit is a big deal. So if I attack... You can't quite make it over to him. It kind of seems like nobody can clear the spear. How about like something like this? If we clear this archer out, then that allows me to get... That should be a crit, right? 34 to 47. We could use the trebuchet still to wipe this guy out so we could get the alchemist crit over here with the Elder Shield. But that's still not going to be anywhere near the damage. We need to be able to get one more unit in. If we do that... Elder Shield right there.
Protect us.
That's not going to be a crit, right? Because it's not enough. Even though it's the same number of movement points, it's not enough absolute spaces away. So yeah, like this gets us this attack and this attack, both of which are pretty good. And that's more damage, but it's still not enough. We still would have to be able to... Like, getting this knight into this space seems to be 100% required to get the job done. Out of curiosity, does this look like it'll actually kill? Okay, it will. Because apparently we're going to have to deal with sometimes the attacks having some weird variants on the display. Yeah, we have to get one more unit in there. Let's, no, not end turn, mission. Actually, if I hit end turn, does that give us the option to retry any faster? No, it's the same. Okay, we're close, we're close. So using these 2 units to enable a crit from this horseman feels pretty okay. It kind of seems like the trebuchet doesn't have a role here. It could just be a red herring. It could be... Okay, it could be the case that if I am reliant on the knight crits, the laying down crits for the alchemists might be a red herring, actually. Because now we can do this plus the archer attack, opens up the knight crit. Sorry, this guy attacking here, plus the archer attacking here, plus the trebuchet attacking here, opens up the knight crit. But then we... No, that's still not good. Because then we only have the 2 knight crits, right? Like that ends up looking like... So now we get this crit from here. 34 to 47. And then we can wipe out this guy again and get that same knight crit move. Yeah, once again I'm coming up a single attacker short. This is an interesting one. Okay, what other paths do we have? Can we open a path up for either of the knights without spending an alchemist to get there? I mean, we can open up an attack for this guy. It's just not critical. And actually, if I want to, I can't use this knight and both of the alchemists because these are the only 2 spaces that those 3 units can reach. You know what we could do? Here's an idea. What if I killed this guy and then used this knight to kill that archer? This knight could attack from this space. It won't be critical. But we'll have the possibility of 2 alchemist crits plus just a normal knight attack. Is that even good? Oh no, I can't even reach. Well, never mind then. Yeah, because right now all we can get is the 2 alchemists. So what we need to do here is get 2 knight crits plus like any other unit's attack, or 2 alchemist crits plus a pretty good other hit. A knight crit would like be really, really good. This alchemist can't reach the archer. We can't get a crit out of the battle pup. I can't actually kill this guy unless we use somebody to kill him. Then the archer plus the alchemist to kill him. Then we also need the trebuchet to clear here, but I guess that's fine because the trebuchet doesn't have another move otherwise. Yeah, I'm not seeing a whole lot of paths that are not the path we already took, unfortunately. Wiping out this archer with this knight is easy, but also pointless. Oh, okay, hold on. I can use just the alchemist to get this kill if I put down the cherrystone first.
This should protect us.
That gives me an extra unit to play with. The battle pop is no longer wasted, right? That gets us a knight crit. Then we can still trebuchet this guy, get a real alchemist crit. Battle pop doesn't have any role at all. And it leaves a bunch of my units not able to do anything, which makes me feel like it's not right. Like, the crit here doesn't get the job done. So it is a 2-unit move to clear this guy, which is what we need to happen in order to get the knight crit that we want over here. Yeah, I just don't, I don't see it. Okay, well, how about we try one more? I will come back to that. Part of the reason, I've talked about this a little bit before. I play a lot of puzzle games, but I have never done a full puzzle game series on the channel, and part of the reason is what you saw right there. Sometimes I get stuck in a mental rut and I have to walk away from it and come back a little while later, and I don't know how to turn that into entertaining video. So you guys have to suffer, unfortunately. Alright, take Sedge to victory in a single turn. This should be fun. You get to use Sedge's Wargroove a little bit. So it always does 35%. What does the crit look like here? Crit's going to give us a trebuchet that is low enough for Sedge to sadistic rush it and then get another move. I kind of wish I realized something that's going on there. That said 3 on it when it had 26% health. I kind of wish that the number display on the thing always rounded down. Just truncated off the ones digit instead of actually rounding. This would lower this guy's health enough that he's rushable.
Time to run.
I like the Sedge puzzles quite a bit. These are good. I could just wipe this guy out, which gives us 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, I have to hit him for a small enough amount of damage that Sedge gets to rush off of him again.
Time to run.
So if we do it like that, that lets me get to their hero, or their commander, to do 36 to 45 damage. Oh, that's their dragon. What am I doing? So you get a crit. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. So it's like this guy's crit plus the knight's crit plus Sedge's attack is the kill. We have to figure out some version of this that lets us do that. Okay, we have an idea now. We have at least one path Sedge could take through the level. My first target has to be the trebuchet. But it doesn't necessarily need to be damaged the way I damaged it there. It does have to take at least 65%, so any attack that doesn't do 65 is not going to cut it. We could use the knight to do this. Pups have 4 move, 5 move? 5 move. Okay, so we'd be able to get a battle pup crit here. Sedge moves to there. Battle Pop crit might be too much damage, actually. Something we could have Sedge walk up this side of the level, right? If we can get those damage numbers worked out. We could just actually kill this guy. We can't hit the hero with the flyer. We can hit with this dog. We can hit with the alchemist. If we got rid of the archer, we can hit with this battle pop. We cannot, in fact, kill the archer. But I'm wondering if that's it. If it's got to be a battle pop crit plus an alchemist crit plus Sedge making his way along these enemies up to get the other strike. It doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do enough damage to this guy to get him low enough to rush him, though, without using the alchemist. Okay, we can use the alchemist. We can take care of this archer in a bunch of different ways. What I was thinking here was that we wanted to move this guy next to the enemy commander before attacking so that we could get a crit with this battle pop. But maybe that's just not feasible. Maybe that's not something that can be done. The 27 to 41 plus 14 to 23 is unfortunately a really large damage range. There would be a pretty limited number of enemies, or a pretty limited number of units that can actually hit this guy. Flyer would do, yeah, not enough. Flyer also doesn't do enough to the Treb. So, like, what if it's this? Allow Sedge to get up here and Sadistic Rush.
Sedge hungers.
No way to skip that animation, by the way. And then, like, this guy, unfortunately, is going to be 2 attacks to get him low enough, which means that's really not going to work, right? Oh, okay, here's something. We could use the other dog. But now Sedge doesn't have a place where he can attack from. Like, this dog has to move. Yeah, this can't happen. Could I have attacked from there? I ran around the mountains. I couldn't just run through the mountains, right?
Sedge hungers.
But if this dog is here, then I can't continue my sadistic rush chain anyway, right? Yeah. I wonder if there are any of these where Sedge himself is a red herring? Like you don't actually need him. He's just sitting there begging you to use his ult. I hate to say this, but I wonder if maybe this might be another one where I can't get it right away. So if we were to use the alchemist plus like the flyer, or we don't even have to use plus the flyer. We use the alchemist to get this guy low enough to be susceptible to Sedge's attack. I'm trying to think of ways that we could use both of the battle pups on the hero. It's hard to imagine that that's going to be better than this. Well, let's give it a try at least. So let's say we do... I'm very tempted to do this, though, for the Alchemist crit. What do we absolutely need to make Sedge work? If we decide we are going up the left side of the map, I think that's a pretty sensible opening, because if we're going up the left side of the map, we don't need this spearman's damage at all. Then we just have to do the same thing we did over here. We just have to find any source of damage that's going to be good enough, and almost any source of damage is. This is pretty good. And oh, we don't actually need... Oh, never mind. I was going to say we don't actually need to kill this guy at all. Sedge can just go straight to the archer. But that's only true if we move the dog first, which means that the dog cannot wait until the archer is killed to move and attack the hero. And in fact, he can't even get in position to provide a crit to the other dog. Yeah, that's tough. It does have to be the archer. This, Sedge rushing off of this guy doesn't help us in any way. I can't do lethal. This is fine, though. I mean, this is also fine. The other battle pup is completely useless. We have the alchemist come across and attack here. We have the flyer. No, it doesn't. Right. We can't just kill this guy to make the path easier. It's just you can't go up this side. You can't both go up this side and use both of the dogs because of this situation here. I guess that's the benefit of bouncing off of this guy, is that it lets you attack the archer from this space. So maybe that is worthwhile then. Like, the flyer can come up here and just do that. Sedge rushes you. Then we could drop this guy low enough to be rushed if we decide we're not going to use the alchemist to clear this path or crit the hero. If we use the alchemist to clear this path, then we can get the archer, or we can get the knight crit in, which is pretty good. That means using one of the battle pups to clear this guy. Which means we can't battle pup crit the commander at all. I can't get another battle pup adjacent to you. No, I totally can, actually. So, like, I don't want to kill him. Yeah, ordering is really tough here. This puzzle would be considerably easier if this guy didn't start next to the archer, actually. I think we already have a functional solution, but for that detail. Alright, so we do this, which gives us this crit, which is a little bit stronger than the alchemist crit. The attack here. Sedge sadistic rushes this guy for the finish. This is just not going to be enough, right? Is it 59? We can do this. And that leaves him at 40%. So it's possible we have it, but not guaranteed. But it's pretty likely. Yeah, okay.
Failed.
Most of the values in the damage range there were good, just not all of them, which always makes me nervous. Okay, well hey, that's something. That's another star earned. Those puzzles are fun. I'm enjoying those. I think, though, that should probably be the last one we do for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time, Monday. I swear to you, well, early Tuesday at the latest, for another episode. A little bit more story action, probably a little bit more puzzle action, and we'll see you then.